So they wrote in the last paragraph, late last night, which was what I said, I tweeted this, late last night while we all slept, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds filed a protective order. The guilty as sin couple is asking a judge to protect from the public some confidential documents and names that will be gathered in the discovery process. And then after they put my tweet, they write, predictably, the media outlets picked up the same narrative. Okay, yeah, but that's what you did. Like, what am I guilty of here? Leading the pack of people? Like, because like, what, we're psychotic and we're checking your filings every day?
I defend Justin Baldoni in this lawsuit with Blake Lively because I think she's horrible and she's made up this whole thing because she tried to steal his movie. But he is the most overly feminized man I've had to endure in recent history. Everything he says is self-flagellating over the fact that he's a man. But he's, to me, is sort of the embodiment of what happens when you totally emasculate a man.
Is my favourite story, I think, in showbiz this year. The Justin Baldoni war with Blake Lively, which seems to me, initially I felt quite sorry for Blake Lively. Then I've been reading all the messages between them all, and which he's been putting out, obviously. And it just seems like a pair of absolute weapons-grade narcissists.
This text from Blake Lively is insane. If you knew me in person longer, you'd have a sense of how flirty and yummy the ball busting would play. It's my love language, spicy and playfully bold, never with teeth.
Reynolds, how's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
I'm unaware of anybody, frankly, whose wife has been harassed and has made jokes about that type of situation.
Narrator, she did not listen. She did not take my advice at all. I said that having read through Blake Lively's complaints, that it was evident to me that she was likely under the influence when she filed her complaint. Not under the influence of drugs, not under the influence of alcohol.
Whose side are you on?
Well, Baldoni looks like, what's the word? He's got like a, you remember going to school with that kid that always raised his hand real quick in school for extra credit?
Yeah.
But then he also hit on the recess teacher, remember? And she was 35 and he was 12.
Right.
But she still was like, well, my husband's.
With this one here, to me, when I think about what happened with Amber Heard and what was the other guy?
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. This is such an important story. I know you don't give a shit about it, but this is such an important story. Because if they would have won against him, a guy whose dream was to be a Hollywood actor, producer, director, they could have crushed his career if they would have won.
Hey there, strap in because we've got a major drama unfolding right now, and it's juicier than ever. We're talking about leaked footage, behind-the-scenes power struggles, and a lawsuit that's roping in some of the biggest names in entertainment. Yes, we mean Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, Ryan Reynolds, and even Taylor Swift got dragged into the chaos. Let's rewind to where it all began. It Ends With Us, a hotly anticipated romantic drama starring Blake Lively and directed by Justin Baldoni. The hype was real. Fans were excited to see these A-listers bring the popular novel to life. But what started as an innocent film set quickly morphed into a minefield of allegations and PR battles. Initially, the drama seemed centered on Blake Lively accusing Baldoni of inappropriate on-set behavior. However, new intel suggests another major Hollywood name might be at the root of it all. None other than Ryan Reynolds, who apparently took serious issue with certain scenes and script details. If you thought it was just a spat between Lively and Baldoni, buckle up. Ryan's alleged behind-the-scenes interventions might redefine this entire scandal. According to a source who reached out to CANDACE Owens, Ryan Reynolds supposedly dropped by the set, took a peek at the dailies, and absolutely did not like what he saw. What happened next? A blowout argument in Blake Lively's trailer. From that day on, Reynolds was reportedly chaperoning Lively at every turn, tweaking lines, challenging Justin Baldoni's creative direction, and generally throwing his weight around. Why would he do that? Some claim it's all about protecting Blake, his wife and the mother of his children. Others think it's about controlling the narrative, or maybe even part of a bigger personal agenda. Whatever the motive, insiders say that once Ryan locked horns with Baldoni, the atmosphere on set changed drastically. Justin Baldoni wasn't about to let the accusations stack up without clapping back. In a bold move, he dropped a series of unedited clips from It Ends With Us, and oh boy, did it stir the pot. These videos showed him and Blake Lively rehearsing scenes, discussing lighting, hitting their marks, and at one point sharing a slow dance that was allegedly unscripted. So is this proof Baldoni's interactions with Lively were professional and friendly? Team Baldoni says, absolutely yes. But Lively's camp insists the footage supports her harassment claims, portraying the very behavior she found uncomfortable. Like any Hollywood drama, the same evidence is being spun in two vastly different ways. If the feud wasn't already a media circus, enter CANDACE Owens. She's been particularly vocal, calling out what she sees as a smear campaign orchestrated by Blake Lively's PR team. Owens even goes a step further, alleging that Ryan Reynolds is the real puppet master, deploying strategic leaks and fueling gossip columns to keep the attention and blame on Justin Baldoni. Is there truth to her claims? Or is this just Candace being Candace? Either way, she's injected some serious heat into the narrative by accusing Lively and Reynolds of weaponizing HR complaints, unleashing them on outlets like TMZ and the Daily Mail to discredit Baldoni. Cue the full-throttle PR war. Now, hold on to your headphones, because somehow Taylor Swift has been name-dropped in Baldoni's counter-lawsuit. Allegedly, Swift attended a high-stakes meeting at Blake and Ryan's luxurious penthouse where Lively reworked a key scene for the movie. Baldoni suggests Swift's sky-high celebrity status was leveraged to pressure him into accepting script alterations. Was Taylor just there for moral support, or was she unwittingly pulled into a power play? We don't know for sure. Swift hasn't commented yet, but the mere fact she's mentioned in legal documents has fans asking, how deep does this drama run? And will the Swifties get involved to defend their queen? Things took another turn when Ryan Reynolds appeared on Saturday Night Live's 50th anniversary special, allegedly pitching a joke that referenced Lively's legal showdown with Baldoni. SNL staffer Wally Fiston claims Reynolds personally pushed for the jab, though NBC and Reynolds' reps say it was all a coincidence. Coincidence or not, the joke didn't go unnoticed. It immediately triggered debate. Was Ryan using the iconic comedy stage to low-key bury Baldoni's reputation, or was it truly just a harmless bit? One thing is clear, it poured more fuel on an already raging fire, especially with the tabloids jumping at the chance to connect the dots. Word on the street is that Blake Lively's team is pushing internal HR documents to tabloids, aiming to paint Baldoni as the villain. Meanwhile, Baldoni is dropping his own receipts on a newly launched website, reportedly called thelawuinfo.com, featuring texts and emails between him, Blake, and Ryan. Each side claims to have damning evidence that will flip the public narrative, but it doesn't stop there. Baldoni is also rumored to be suing for over $400 million, alleging Ryan Reynolds tried to get him blacklisted from their talent agency, WME, after their on-set blow-up. Remember, $400 million is no small chunk of change, even for Hollywood heavyweights. If that figure is accurate, it's a sign this feud has escalated into all-out nuclear war. Back to that infamous slow dance footage. Baldoni's supporters say it shows two co-stars in a normal, somewhat improvisational moment. Lively's lawyers, however, counter that the video is the very definition of unwanted closeness and proves she was uncomfortable. They point to Baldoni's offhand remarks about Lively's body makeup scent as crossing a line. But is it cut and dry evidence of harassment or standard behind-the-scenes banter that's being misconstrued? Social media is split down the middle. Some fans believe Lively wholeheartedly, arguing her track record shows she'd only speak out if it was serious. Others say the video doesn't exactly scream inappropriate behavior. The court of public opinion is definitely up in arms. Amid all this chaos, the question remains, what about it ends with us? Production has been overshadowed by the lawsuits, the negative press, and the non-stop swirl of accusations. Will the film even see a proper release? Could it be drastically re-edited or shelved altogether? Some rumors suggest the final cut might be delayed indefinitely to dodge the fiasco. After all, no studio wants their big-budget film overshadowed by behind-the-scenes drama. Others insist the show must go on, albeit with carefully managed PR to rebrand the film as a scandal-free project. Whatever happens, the movie's potential success is very much in limbo. Blake's side has continued to file amendments, piling on new allegations and painting Baldoni in an ever-darkening light. Justin's legal team, meanwhile, says these additions are an attempt to salvage public sympathy, especially after critics began questioning Blake's original claims. He maintains she was either under undue influence or simply trying to sabotage him to gain control of the production. Then there's the broader subpoena frenzy. Lively and Reynolds want every text message, phone call, and email from Baldoni's side. Baldoni's team calls it an invasive fishing expedition, intended more for public humiliation than actual legal discovery. With every new document, each party tries to spin the narrative in their favor. Who will the courts side with? It's anyone's guess. You might be wondering why CANDACE Owens is so deeply involved. Well, she's famous for her outspoken, no-holds-barred approach. She's accused Lively's team of weaponizing feminism to orchestrate a takedown of Baldoni. In Owens' view, Lively's claims conveniently popped up right when the star couple, Blake and Ryan, wanted more creative control. Of course, this is just one perspective, but Owens doubling down on her statements has made her a central figure in the public discourse. Whether you love her or hate her, you can't deny she's pushing the narrative that Ryan Reynolds is the real puppet master pulling strings behind the scenes. So spill your theories below. Are you Team Lively, Team Baldoni, or do you think Ryan Reynolds is orchestrating this entire circus? Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications so you don't miss the next bombshell. Until next time, stay curious, stay classy, and remember, there's always more to the story in Tinseltown. We'll see you in the next video.